you all from Romania, from the land of Dracula. But I promise you there's nothing scary and nothing bloody about our presentation today. I'll just go ahead and share my screen if that's okay. And let me know if it's all good and if you can see what it's about. Yeah, awesome. Awesome. Okay, I'll try to make my presentation bigger so that I can, yay. Okay. Okay, so we are talking about my favorite topic in the world, which is journaling. And of course, you might be wondering, why journaling? Well, the thing is that journaling has been around for quite a long time, but it hasn't been very well known. And this is the reason why I decided, you know what, I want to take it to a different level and to bring awareness to this beautiful tool. And of course, it came first from my personal experience. I first started my journal when I was 8 years old, but obviously I wasn't doing it at the level of what journaling actually means. But later in about 2015, when I was going through a series of panic attacks, anxiety, I discovered together with my therapist that writing from one session to another was helping me monitor my thoughts and my emotions. And I saw how it transformed me and how it reconnected me back to who I was and setting aside all the layers from everything that I was gathering from around me that wasn't connected to me. And that helped me get over my anxieties, and that helped me transform my life. So it was the moment when I said, this is it. I have to make it about other people and to share it with other people. And the truth is that there are so many benefits to journaling aside from everything that has to do with releasing anxiety, depression, but it also helps our physical health. So it's this beautiful balance between how we combine our inner world with our outside world, with our body. And we can use journaling in so many ways. There are so many techniques and methods. And what I love to say is that everyone is different, everyone is unique. And the beauty of discovering what type of journaling is perfect for you is in trying different techniques, different exercises, and seeing which one actually gives results. Now, what is important in journaling is the intention, the discipline, and the results. The truth is that people don't stick to the habit of journaling because they don't see the results. But it's a vicious circle, you know, because if you set the intention, you have a clear intention of what you want to get out of the journaling sessions, then you will start writing every day, and then you will start seeing the results. Of course, if you don't keep this habit and if you don't keep the consistency, there won't be any results. Now, when it comes to how journaling actually helps us on both personal and professional levels, it's about our ways of expressing ourselves and actually putting pen to paper. Now, I'm a big advocate of handwriting, and luckily science supports me with that. But of course, I can understand that we're all unique, as I was saying earlier. So it's absolutely fine if you want to type it out on your laptop, on your computer, on your phone, or even use a voice recorder, as long as you actually have this outlet of sharing your emotions and what is bothering you. There's a lot of value also for our immune system. And especially now when I think in the last couple of years, we became even more concerned about how we can boost our immune system. And when we actually journal, there are studies that show how putting our stress onto paper is actually helping our immunity cells to be focused on helping our body to stay healthy instead of focusing on the tension inside our body due to stress. On a business level, using journaling is a really great way for setting goals, for tracking performance, for being very clear with our vision and what we want to achieve in our professional life. There's also a really beautiful way to stay creative and to brainstorm ideas. And actually, I just published today the most recent episode of my podcast, which is about creativity. And I have a guest that I interview around creativity, and I will leave the link with everything else, all my contacts in the chat after this presentation. And if you're interested in finding out about creativity, then you'll love the episode. So going back to what journaling does, it's really about finding that balance of your inner world and your outer world. And if you don't want to actually bring journaling for, for some knowledge or for defining some very hard goals, you might want to try journaling for enhancing emotional intelligence. And this is something that gets me really passionate about when it comes to children, because in school, we learn a lot about different topics and knowledge, and we are thrown into all of these subjects that after school we might not even need to use. And instead, what we need is to learn how to cope with our emotions. What is mental health? And how can we handle our relationship with ourselves, but also with others? So if we actually could bring this to children from an early age, then we could spare them a lot of time later on in life to start releasing those layers. And of course, we will spare them a lot of money in therapy. And this is why I'm really passionate about bringing journaling to schools. And this is an international campaign that I started this year with a teacher here in Romania. We started by creating a journal for children and young teens with exercises and questions. And we are offering these to schools, private schools, and different other groups of children who can be led by teachers and guided into what journaling means. Of course, this can also be used by parents. And, I also love to say that children model their parents. So if they see their parents writing in a journal, they will also start doing that as well. Just a very quick introduction about the neuroscience as well, because if you don't believe me and if you don't believe the benefits that I shared earlier, maybe you will want to listen about neuroscience. I won't go very much into it because I know there's not much time, but just knowing how writing down ideas when you listen to something, when you watch a video, when you read a book, it will help your memory. It will boost and connect the dots better from the input that you bring into your working memory and connect it to your long-term memory. And also it helps with your activity in the amygdala, that small, tiny piece in your limbic system where that anxiety and fear and fight or flight response happens. And it will help give a different perspective. And I usually work with groups of people, and I either do programs or workshops or corporate trainings. And it's always the transformation that I see from them keeping this habit, because there's always an aha moment when they start writing, but then keeping the habit actually gives that result. And once again, if you don't believe me, if you don't believe science, if you don't believe anything else, maybe you will believe Oprah, who says that she started a gratitude journal. It was the single most important thing she's ever done. And I want to say this, that after this presentation, if you haven't used a journal before and you want to try it out and you want to start with something easy, just start with a gratitude journal, writing 3 things that you're grateful for every day. This will really help you improve your day. It will help you see life in a more positive way. It will give you more clarity in your business, in the relationship with other people, and it will help you be more kind with other people. So I'm looking forward to hearing about your relationship with journaling. And if you'd like to know more about journaling, or if you want to take this to a school or to groups of people, adults or young teenagers or corporate, or you have connections that would be interested in this, I would love to connect, and I will leave my contact details. I will also leave in the chat a link for you to download a PDF about how to use journaling in your life and some tips and tricks on sticking with the discipline of journaling. I want to say thank you for your time, and happy journaling.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Alexandra. I'm going to take the spotlight off of you right now. And everybody, if they want